Hello Stevians, back with another tutorial. Today we are going to parse some JSON from an API in PHP, and it's just a really simple bit that we're going to do today. On the Steam income calculator I posted about the other day, this is just a simple calculator again that it's a guesstimate based on your projected growth in SP, steam power. To give you an idea, if you were to maintain the same level of activity, and if the price were to maintain stayed about the same level, which it's, you know, give or take between $1, $2 most of the time, how much growth you would achieve over 4 weeks, 5 weeks, a year. Obviously, it's not 100% accurate because there's too many variables to be accurate, especially with the market, but Steam is one of the more stable currencies, and as we grow, it'll most likely just go up anyway. But this is to get an idea on your activity, the results from your activity, how much possible growth you can expect, just as a baseline for other calculations if you're into stats and stuff. So first thing we're going to do is open our Notepad file, Notepad++, Eclipse, NetBeans, Notepad, whatever you want to use to write your PHP code. And here you can see exactly the code that I'm using. What we're going to do is just, and I don't have this tied to any databases, so there's nothing really sensitive in here anyway. Feel free to use the code as you wish. But what we're going to do is in our PHP section, that's between the question mark and the greater than and less than symbols here, before or during or anywhere in our HTML, because that's all it does is it manipulates the output based on inputs. What we're going to do is make a new line and comment and say Steam price API from coinmarketcap.com. That's the API I choose to use. It's probably the most popular cryptocurrency price site. So let's go ahead and go to coinmarketcap.com/currencies/Steam, and then you can click on this Tools tab right here. At the bottom, you'll see there's an API ticker. And it gives you a link, a clickable link, to go ahead and see what that looks like. You can click it, and you'll see that it gives you an array, a JSON array. JSON is an object, but we're going to decode this into a usable PHP array so that we can display just the price in US dollars. In this case, $1.15, which we'll round it. So because it gives 5 decimal places, we're going to have to use number format as well. So take this link at the top, the URL, Control-C or right-click and copy. Go into your Notepad file, and you can leave that page open back there. And what you want to do is first type Steam API, or whatever variable you want to call this. It can be anything. All a variable does is store a value, and you can change it. And then we're going to do file get contents. These are underscores in here, which you do with shift minus next to your 0 on your number pad. We're going to open our braces and put a single quote, 2 single quotes in there, and then just Control-V or right-click paste that API URL. At the end of our statement, we want a semicolon. And then go to another line, and we're going to decode the JSON. So this is going to give us our variable, our array variable. So we're going to call this Steam price, Steam JSON. We'll just call it Steam JSON. We're going to set that equal to JSON underscore decode, because we're going to go decode the JSON into PHP. Again, single quotes. And we're going to put in here, I'm sorry, not single quotes this time, Steam API variable, don't forget your $, comma, true. If we do not set this to true, it's going to return an object. So we'll have to reference it a different way. I'm just going to use an array because we're only using one piece of data and it flows. So set that to true. Remember your comma here. These are two different parameters that we're passing to the function. Anything in braces like this is a function. Okay, new line again, and now we can set Steam price equal to Steam JSON. Remember, this is our array, so we need square braces to reference an index in the array. Because if we go back to our page here, because there's only one array, you see these curly braces? If there were more of these, it would show other values. For example, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. But this is only going to be one array. It can get confusing, but just stay with me here. So we're going to go to the 0 index. The very first in programming language is always 0. And then we want to put another set of square braces because we're grabbing it's a multi-dimensional array. This being the first array, any value in here holding, any key in here holding another value would be another array. So in this case, it's going to be price underscore US dollars, no quotes. So we'll put that in there, price underscore USD, no quotes, and then just semicolon. So now we have the value of Steam price that we're going to insert. Let me go back to our page here. We're going to insert it here in this where the placeholder is for the value of Steam in US dollars on our calculator. So we'll scroll down to our form here, right here, and we're going to go into our input right here, text input. That's the variable we give it. And next to the placeholder, we're going to just set a property to value equal to, put double quotes in there. We're going to put a $sign. Oh, no $sign, I'm sorry, not in the input. We're going to put a, no double quotes, we're just going to put $sign for our variable, and no double quotes, excuse me, $sign Steam price. Okay, and that should spit out our price on the web page. So save your file, open up your FTP program, and just move your new file over and replace the server's version. Refresh your page, and there you should. Okay, now we have just a variable because of the double quotes. I forgot to add, this is important, there's two ways you can do this. You can echo the Steam price within your PHP braces and question marks here, or a shortcut would just say less than question equals, set our variable, question mark, greater than. Save it again, open your FTP, and slide it over. It's probably going to ask you if you want to overwrite that existing file. Go ahead and just tick yes every time. Refresh our page, and there is our Steam price. Current Steam price from CoinMarketCap. So we notice that it's got the 5 decimal places. How do we fix that? There is a function in PHP called number format. So what we're going to do is, before we declare our variable from the array here, we're going to just type number underscore format, open our parentheses, scroll to the end before the semicolon, put a comma, and then we're going to give it 2 decimal places. Okay, now we got one more issue to let me just give you a couple more parameters. There's going to be a total of 4 parameters you can pass. You can give it a your decimal place marker at the end. You can give it a dot or a comma, depending on which country you use and which system you use. And then another one you can pass is the 1000 separator. In America, we use a comma. In Europe, you use a period. So these would be reversed in Europe. If you want to do that, that is an option. You do not have to. All you need is two parameters. Your number, which is our variable here, and your number of decimal places to display. One more thing we want to do is round our number, because since it's more than 2 decimal places, we're going to do this the same way, comma, 2 decimal. We're going to round it to the nearest 2. It may not round itself with the number format, so we can do that optionally, where we round it up to 2 decimal places. I'm going to take that out because it's just a guesstimate tool. It's not an exact science. It's not always going to be 100% accurate, so we'll just leave it with number format. Again, number format, the number which we have placed in this array value assigned to the variable Steam JSON at index 0, key price US dollars in the second array, embedded array. 2 decimal places. We're going to use a dot for our decimal place separator, and our 1,000 separator is going to be a comma. At this point, Steam price is not $1,000 or more, so that's not necessary. However, one day it may be. Always good to be forward-thinking when programming. So save your file. Again, oops. Replace the server's file. Refresh your page. Oops. Yeah, there we go. So now see it's saying $1.16. If we go back over here to the CoinMarketCap currency Steam, refresh that page, you'll see they still have it listed at $1.15 because we didn't use the round feature. We refresh the API page, and it's actually at $1.16. So either way, it is within a penny, so that is plenty close enough. Now when somebody fills out these values, you know, whatever values they want to put in here, they go to steam.supply, they get their current, you enter your Steam at username up here, you get your current estimated projected potential growth, whatever they call it. 5.67%. As you can see, this is European decimal place. You type that in here, 5.67. How many weeks? We're going to do 8, roughly 2 months. Calculate the growth, and it's going to take the value that we just put in there from the API because we didn't change it. So over here you can see it's valued at $1.16. That saves us a step in the form here and makes your users happy when it makes it easier for them to use it. So that pretty much concludes this tutorial, and we'll see you in the next one. Again, here is the code. This is everything that we just added. This is a comment just to keep track of what we're looking for. These files can get pretty large. And this is where we added our variable to the form. Okay, see you in the next video.